Good morning, everyone. May we request everyone to please stand by as we are about to start in a few minutes. Thank you. And we will start in a few minutes. Once again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Attorney Faith Chayabuana. I am the head of the Beads and Awards Committee Secretariat of Corazon Locsin Montelibano Memorial Regional Hospital. And it is with great honor and privilege that I welcome you on today's pre-bidding conference for PB04 2026, PB03 2026, and IPB02 2026. This is the first public bidding activity for calendar year 2026. And it is with great honor and privilege that I introduce to you the members of our Bids and Awards Committee for Supply Chain Management. We rebranded previously. This is the Bids and Awards Committee for General Goods and Services. For this year, this is the Bids and Awards Committee for Supply Chain Management, which will be handling procurement processes for goods and services for Quezon Locsin Montelibano Memorial Regional Hospital. For our chairperson, we have Dr. Catherine Hison. For our vice chairperson, we have Dr. Hari Carial. And for members of our Bids and Awards Committee for Supply Chain Management, we have with us present Dr. Manuel Gayolas, Ms. Anna Rose Mahilom, and Miss Hannah Ricodo. We also have alternate members for the Bids and Awards Committee for Supply Chain Management. We have Dr. Ayelin, who is not with us today, and Dr. Therese Jalingo. Um, the Bids and Awards Committee Secretariat is still headed by me for 2026. And we have the same members for the Technical Working Group who is here with us. At this instance, I would like to request everyone to please stand up as we pray and ask for God's guidance for today's activity.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion. Fill us with your grace, Lord God, as we make decisions that affect us. Continue to remind us that all that we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for your greater glory. Amen.
Thank you, Ms. Edna. Please be seated. So we welcome all our prospective bidders, our Bids and Awards Committee members, chairperson, our technical working group, staff of the procurement section, and the Bids and Awards Committee Secretariat members. So this pre-procurement conference is conducted pursuant to Republic Act 12009, otherwise known as the New Government Procurement Act, and its implementing rules and regulations, and also as to the provision of the bidding documents. The purpose of this activity is to clarify, explain, and address questions or concerns of prospective bidders regarding the technical, financial, and legal requirements of the projects to be discussed. We emphasize that this conference is not intended to modify the bidding documents outward. Any clarification that may result in the changes to the bidding documents shall be made only through a supplemental bid bulletin, which will be issued and posted in accordance with RA 12009. This will be available at least 7 calendar days before the opening of our bids. All prospective bidders are reminded to carefully review the eligibility, technical and financial requirements, including the submission deadlines, bid security requirements, evaluation criteria, and post-qualification procedures as provided under the Republic Act. Please note that only written clarifications duly issued by the Bids and Awards Committee shall be binding. Verbal statements made during the pre-bidding conference shall not amend the bidding documents unless confirmed through an official bid bulletin. We also remind everyone that this procurement process under Republic Act 12009 adheres to the principles of transparency, competitiveness, accountability, efficiency, integrity, and all participants are expected to comply accordingly. At this instance, I would like to establish a quorum for the Bids and Awards Committee for Supply Chain Management. We have with us present today Dr. Catherine Heason, the chairperson for the Beads and Awards Committee for Supply Chain Management. We also have with us present today members of the Beads and Awards Committee for Supply Chain Management, Dr. Manuel Gayolas, Ms. Hannah Ricodo, and Ms. Anna Rose Mahilom. At this instance, I would like to turn over the floor to Dr. Catherine Heason to call this pre-bidding conference to order. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the um, head of the procurement entity of Corazon Locsin Montelibano Memorial Regional Hospital, through its Bids and Awards Committee, we now invite all interested suppliers, distributors, manufacturers to bid for the procurement of goods, services described below. The funding source for this procurement activity is from the GAA and the hospital income, and thus should be labeled as PB04 2026. We have 16 projects, and we will start with project number 1. Project number 1, PR number 2025-8-1506. This is for surgical instruments, described as bandage scissors, scalpel handles, Diva retractors, DeBakey Atroma forceps, Kelly forceps, Mayo, Richardson, Ryder needle holder, scissors, Metzenbaum with tungsten carbide insert, tissue forceps. This has a total ABC of 1,335,650 pesos. Item number 1, for 17 pieces, bandage scissors, stainless steel large. Item number 2, 3 blade holders, scalpel handles. Number 3. Item number 3, 6 pieces, Dever retractors medium. Item number 4, 12 pieces, DeBakey Atroma forceps. Item number 5, 6 pieces, Kelly forceps, heavy clamp curve. Item number 6, 12 units, Kelly forceps curve with fine tip. Item number 7, 50 pieces, Mayo scissors, I think. Item number 8, 5 pieces, Richardson double arm. Item number 9, 5 pieces, Ryder needle holder. Item number 10, 35 pieces, scissors, Metzenbaum curve, 7 inches, stainless steel with tungsten carbide insert. Item number 11, 10 units, tissue forceps with teeth. Item number 12, 10 pieces, tissue forceps without teeth. Please see below our technical specifications for each item. And the terms of reference for the product delivery. We welcome any questions, inquiries, or clarifications for that project. May end user today. Ara sa Zoom. Operating room. So I think for this is directed to the person responsible for the purchase request for this. We already said in our pre-proc activity that you have to properly describe the items and do this with the same order in the technical specifications so that the TWG members will not be confused. Comment from the end user. I just need your acknowledgement. Hindi ko na siya pagdayon nun. Bahala sila da. Do we have end users from the operating room? Because if this is not important, we can cancel this project. Anyone from the back secretariat who can contact the end user for me, please? Miss Jan, pwede makapaobra ah, makapaobra ko feedback report for this particular end user. Ang issue is absence in pre-bid conference. We would like to extend the apologies to our prospective bidders with regards to this matter. We will try to improve next time. For the question in the chat box online, we would like to inform you that the pre-bid conference for infrastructure and equipment, no, major equipment or capital assets, will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon. But you are still free to witness any pre-bid conference with regards to the general goods and services. So in the interest of time, we would like to proceed with the next project, PR 2026-1-0029, with a total ABC of 1,113,000 pesos. This is for CSSU supplies with the following items. Item number 1 for 240 pieces of chest tubes, thoracic catheter, French 28 sterile. Item number 2, 160 pieces, chest tubes, thoracic catheter, French 32 sterile. Item number 3, 160 pieces, chest tube, thoracic catheter, French 36 sterile. Item number 4, 75 pieces, guide wires, French 10 for endotracheal tube with soft distal tip, sterile. Item number 5, 75 pieces, guide wire, French 12 for endotracheal tube with soft distal tip, sterile. Item number 6, 75 pieces, guide wire, French 14 for endotracheal tube with soft distal tip, sterile. Item number 7, 40 pieces, leukocyte filter for RBC transfusion, sterile. Item number 8, 1,000 pieces, mucus extractor, French, range of French 10 to 14, at least 25 ml, chamber capacity, sterile. Item number 9, 800 pieces, post-op wound dressing, with a range of 3 to 4 inches by 7 to 8 inches in size, sterile. Please see the terms of reference for product delivery. Number 3. Number 3. Any questions for project number 3? If there are no questions, we'll go back to project number 2. This is PR number 2026-1-0034 with a total ABC of 2,192,610 pesos from CSSU with the following items: 1,200 containers, distilled water containing at least 6 liters per container. Item number 2, 1,900 pieces hypoallergenic pillows with size of 4 by 18 by 28 with at least 500 grams. End user, is the end user here?
Good morning, Doc. Eileen says SSU, Doc.
Ma'am Eileen, may I ask, with regards to item number 2, wala ni siya at least 4 by 18 by 28? Ang iya nga size?
Doc, kung in case kid man may mga changes sa i-bid bulletin ko na lang di Doc.
Okay. Hindi ta mag-limit sang aton sizes, please.
Okay, copy Doc.
Bare minimum. Thank you very much. Item number 3, 18,000 packs, paper towels, 175 sheets, single ply of at least 25 GSM. Item number 4, 5,600 pieces of plastic bag, red, biodegradable, with size of at least 19.75 by 11.5 inches, sando type. Item number 5, 96,000 pieces plastic bags, 100 per pack, white, large, biodegradable for soil dry linen with a size of at least 19.75 by 11.5 inches, sando type. May I ask again, end user, Miss Eileen,
Yes, Doc.
if the unit of measure here is for a pack or a piece?
100 S, Doc.
100 S nga pieces.
Per pack, Doc. Sorry.
So, one pack.
Ang
Isolve
packaging niya
siya
bali,
properly.
Doc. Packaging niya, Doc, is 100 S
Because,
per pack.
yeah, because if you describe this, nga naka 100 per pack, pieces man ni siya gyapon. So, divided by 100.
Yes, Doc, eh.
So, to the to the possible bidders, this is for 96,000 pieces and hopefully packed in 100s. Let's proceed to item number 6, 79,000 pieces plastic bags in 100 pieces per pack, yellow, large, biodegradable for soiled linen, size of at least 19.75 inches by 11.5 inches, sando type. Still the same, it's 79,000 pieces, but it should be packed in 100s. Item number 7 is 6,700 rolls of tissue paper, 2-ply by 300 sheets individually packed. That's it. And please see our terms of reference for the product delivery. And you, sir, may I ask another question? Miss Eileen?
Yes, Doc.
How is this going to be delivered? Staggered?
Yes, Doc.
Okay. So this is for staggered delivery and staggered payment. Any questions from our prospective bidders online and face-to-face here? If there are none, we will proceed to the next project, PR number 2026-1-0035 for CSSU supplies with the following items. Item number 1 for 1,100 pieces finger probes, disposable, the Velcro type, suited for neonate and adult alike, individually packed. Item number 2, 400 packs, laparotomy, surgical packs, disposable, sterile. We have additional specifications stated. So it should contain one piece of laparotomy sheet drape at least 100 by 70 by 100 inches. 5 pieces surgical gowns, large. 5 pieces hand towels with at least 15 by 22 inches. 4 pieces utility drape with adhesive at least 14 by 26 inches. 2 pieces Mayo stand cover at least 15 by 40 inches. 1 piece back table cover at least 40 by 80 inches. 1 piece suture bag with adhesive strip at least 8 by 10 inches. Item number 3 for 48 pairs of transcutaneous pacing pad. 1.5 m cord. This should be for adult or pedia use. Must be compatible to our hospital-owned Nihon Koden machine, sterile and individually packed. Any questions online and present? TWG, may mga comments ka mo to make your job easier? Sa terms of reference ta. Comment ka mo ha. If there are none for that project, we'll proceed to project number 5. This is PR 2026-1-0045 for CSSU supplies. Item number 1, 42,300 pieces of alcohol swabs or pads saturated with 70% isopropyl alcohol and 2% chlorhexidine. At least 105 by 105 millimeters, sterile and individually packed. Item number 2 for 5,500 pieces, extension set, tubing, 100 centimeters. Internal tubing diameter should be 1.46 millimeters. This should be non-toxic, non-pyrogenic, sterile. Item number 3 for 3,300 pieces, extension set, tubing, 75 cms in length, tubing priming volume, 1.3 ml, minimum volume, and should be sterile. Item number 4, 400 pieces, thermometer, digital. Item number 5, 8,000 pieces, three-way stopcock, sterile. Item number 6, 2,400 pieces, umbilical cord clamps, sterile. Item number 7, 24,000 pieces, underpads, adult, 3-ply, at least 60 by 90 centimeters. Item number 8, 16,800 underpads, pedia, 3-ply, at least 60 by 40 centimeters. Item number 9, 800 packs, universal wipes, medical grade disinfectant, contains benzalkonium chloride, at least 45.45%, didecyl dimethyl ammonium chloride at least 0.4%, polyhexamethylene biguanide at least 0.1%. Okay lang niya? Any questions from the floor and online? Please see our terms of reference for our product delivery. If there are no questions, we'll proceed to project number 6, PR number 2026-1-0046 for CSSU supply with a total ABC of 7,852,800 pesos for the following items: 3,000 pieces sutures, polyglactin O, taper round needle 1/2 inch, 36 millimeters to 40 millimeters in length. At least 70 cm suture length, absorbable with sharp needle, antibacterial and sterile. Next item, number 2, 3,800 pieces sutures. Polyglactin 1O, taper, round needle, 1/2 inch, 36 millimeters to 40 millimeters in length. At least 70 centimeters suture length, absorbable, sharp needle, antibacterial, sterile. Item number 3, 3,180 pieces sutures, polyglactin 2O, taper, round needle, 1/2 inch, 36 to 37 millimeters in length, at least 70 centimeters suture length, absorbable, sharp needle, antibacterial, sterile. Item number 4, 2,900 pieces suture, polyglactin 3O, taper, round needle, 1/2 inch, 24 millimeters to 26 millimeters, at least 70 cm suture length, absorbable, sharp needle, antibacterial, sterile. Item number 5, 480 pieces, suture, polyglactin 4O, reverse cutting needle, 3/8 of an inch, 16 millimeters to 19 millimeters length, at least 45 centimeters suture length, absorbable, sharp needle, antibacterial, sterile. Item number 6, 3,000 pieces sutures, polyglactin 4O, taper, round needle, 3/8 inch, 19 to 22 millimeters in length, at least 70 centimeters suture length, absorbable, sharp needle, antibacterial, sterile. Please see our terms of reference for product delivery. Do we have questions from the floor or online?
Hello, ma'am. Question po.
Kindly introduce yourself po.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this is Mike Collins po from Strength Medical and Drug Supply.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
May question lang po ako sa number 2. Kung yung ano po ba, yung sa suture polyglactin po ba, 1 or 0 po ba siya? Kasi dalawa po yun, ma'am eh. Yung kung, kasi nakalagay po dito 1-0.
Okay. So, it's for one, polyglactin 1O po. So, it's
1.
not O. It's 1.
Okay po, ma'am. Tsaka po, ma'am, yung sa number 6 po sana. Last na po, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yung 3/8, yung 3/8 po kasi for cutting needle only po siya. Kung circle po kasi kung round po kasi, dapat po 1/2 lang yung size. So,
Okay.
ano po ba yan? Kombinasyon?
We will try to ask our end user with regards to the actual possibility of having 3/8 and 1/2 po, sir.
Alright, ma'am. Thank you po. That's
Okay.
all.
Miss Eileen. Miss Eileen from CSSU.
Doki, noted, Doki.
Check nyo lang, Miss Eileen, basi bala may other sources nga maka-offer 3/8 and then we have a prospective bidder nga says nga 1/2 lang ni siya. So try to please check so that we can issue a bid bulletin.
Okay, copy, Doc.
Okay, so for our prospective bidders who are here and online, please do check the PhilJEP site once in a while because after this pre-bid conference, certain changes will be reflected in our bid bulletin. Any other questions coming from the floor or online?
Check your speaker, please make sure you're connected.
If none, we will proceed.
The speaker.
to project number 7. This is PR 2026-1-0081 with a total ABC of 4,718,900 pesos for various CSSU supplies. We have item number 1 for 270 pieces, absorbable hemostat, topical, with at least 3 by 4 inches in size. This should be bactericidal with oxidized regenerated cellulose and sterile. Hindi ni siya, Miss Eileen, individually wrap.
Individually wrap siya, Doc. Sorry. Ano ko lang, i-amend ko lang ang akong specs.
Okay. Item number 2, 160 pieces, absorbable hemostat, topical, 2 by 4 inches, lightweight layers and tufts, bactericidal with oxidized regenerated cellulose, sterile. This one, is it exactly 2 by 4 inches nga kinanglan ninyo? Miss Eileen?
Doc, sorry ka again, Doc. Gadula-dula akong signal. Sorry.
Kadto na lang di ma'am, please.
Okay, Doc.
So let's proceed. Item number 3 for 280 pieces, absorbable hemostatic gelatin sponge, 7 by 5 by 1 centimeter, sterile. Item number 4, 200 pieces, bone wax, 2.5 grams, sterile. Item number 5, 240 pieces, suture, nylon, 10 O with needle of 3/8 inch length. 3/8 gali, and then 5.5 millimeter to 6 millimeter, at least 15 cm suture length, well polished, spatulated, reverse cutting edge, double arm, sterile. Item number 6, 4,300 pieces of sutures, nylon 3/0, needle 3/8 inch, curve 24 millimeter to 26 millimeter length, at least 75 cm suture length, reverse cutting edge, stainless steel needle, sharp, well-polished, non-absorbable, monofilament polyamide, sterile. Item number 7, 3,100 pieces, sutures, nylon 4/0, needle range 12 to 16 millimeters, at least 75 centimeters in length, cutting needle, non-absorbable, monofilament polyamide, sterile. Item number 8, 240 pieces, sutures, nylon 5/0, needle 3/8 of an inch, 16 to 19 millimeters length, at least 45 centimeters suture length, cutting needle, non-absorbable, monofilament polyamide, sterile. Item number 9, 290 pieces, sutures, nylon 6/0, needle 3/8 of an inch, 11 to 12 millimeters needle length, at least 45 centimeters suture length, cutting needle, non-absorbable, monofilament polyamide, sterile. Miss Eileen, mamangkot lang ko with regards to number 2, item. Ang inyo kinanglan exactly 2 by 4 inches? Okay, so this should be exactly 2 by 4 inches. And this should be individually wrapped also. Okay. The absorbable hemostatic gelatin sponge, hindi ni siya, individually wrap man ni siya. Okay. Ang bone wax nga 2.5 grams. Pag sterile, it means individually wrap. Okay. Sa needle bala na 3/8 amo ning iyang nga curve or ang iyang nga length curve. Okay. Sa item number 7, wala na butang kung anong iya curve.
I-check ko lang sa end user kung so far with regards sa nylon, though hindi sila particular with regards sa curving. Pero anyways, i-check this end.
Because in items number 5 and 6 may ara. And number 8 and number 9. Okay, so we need to be a little bit more in standard.
Good morning, Doctor. We have questions from the chat.
Okay, go ahead. Pwede mabasa ang eyesight sang ano.
From Neurospine Technology Trading Corporation for Miss Joanna Aclo. Good day po. Pwede po ba fibrillar sa items number 1 and 2? Also, pwede po ba i-convert to centimeters? Then ipa-range ang item number 1 to 7 to 10 centimeters by 10 to 11 centimeters. Item number 2 to 5 to 6 centimeters by 10 to 11 centimeters.
I will just take a big
Thank you po. We also have a question from RBGM, Gwenlyn. Good morning po, Doc. Pwede po ba maparange yung item number 7 for needle, 12 millimeters to 16 millimeters? Baka po pwede po 19 millimeters. Thank you po. We also have a raised hand, Doctor, from Neurospine Technology Trading Corporation. Ma'am Joanna, you are acknowledged, ma'am. From Neurospine, are there any questions po from Ma'am Joanna, or was the question answered earlier na po? It seems like they have no more question, Doctor. We may proceed po. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kindly see, for the information of everyone, our terms of reference for the product delivery for this project. So if there are no more questions from the floor, we will proceed with project number 8. This is PR number 2026-1-0018 with a total ABC of 3,600,000 pesos for CSSU supplies. This is actually for 40 pieces, PTFE, triple layer Atriovenus AV graph, 6 millimeters by 50 centimeters. The attached terms of technical specification wala man siya. So only attached term of reference. May attachment di siya nga iban. Terms of reference lang. Wala attachment? Wala na. Okay, so terms of reference only. So can we remove other attachments so that this will not be confusing? Kasi pangitaon nila. So I would also like to confirm if the actual size is at least 6 millimeters by 50 centimeters or may range man eh. So this should be exactly 6 millimeters by 50 centimeters. No more, no less. Thank you very much for that. We have questions from the floor and online. If there are none, let's proceed to project number 9. This is PR number 2026-1-0064 with a total ABC of 9,358,248 pesos and 20 centavos for anesthetic drugs and medicines. Item number 1 is for 1,000 pieces. Bupivacaine hydrochloride, 0.5%, 10 ml ampule or vial. Item number 230, vials, ketamine hydrochloride, 50 milligrams per ml, 10 ml vial for IM or IV. Item number 3, 1,000 ampules, propofol, 10 milligrams per ml, 20 ml ampule or vial for IV use. Item number 4, 1,000 bottles, sevoflurane, inhalation, 250 ml bottle. Please see our terms of reference. Pharmacy, this is not supposed to be your technical specification. This is a terms of reference. Do we have end users from the pharmacy?
Noted, Doc. Good morning.
Okay, wala man di other description for the items nga may specifics. Any questions from the floor or online?
Hello ma'am, from Troika Pharmaceuticals po, Kelly Basagre.
Go ahead po, ma'am. You're acknowledged.
Yes, thank you ma'am. I would like to ask po if lot bidding po ba ito ma'am?
This is a line bid, and please note that we might need to do a bid bulletin for it being under a framework agreement to just a regular contracting.
Okay ma'am, thank you ma'am.
So I think we will be changing our terms of reference for this. So that instead it's going to be a framework agreement. This will be staggered delivery and payment on the basis of the delivery. Any other questions? If there are none, we will proceed to the next project. Project number 10 is PR number 2026-1-0065 with a total ABC of 4,341,799 pesos and 75 centavos for anti-infective drugs and medicine. Item number 1 is for 25 bottles, amoxicillin trihydrate, 250 milligram per 5 ml in 600 ml, either in granules or powder for suspension. Item number 2 is for 125 vials, amphotericin B, deoxycholate 50 milligrams, lyophilized powder vial, non-lipid complex, IV infusion. Item number 3 is for 650 bottles, azithromycin, 200 milligrams per 5 ml powder for suspension, 15 ml as dihydrate monohydrate. Item number 4 is for 9,900 tablets, azithromycin, 500 milligrams as dihydrate or monohydrate. Item number 5 is for 200 vials, azithromycin dihydrate, 500 milligrams powder in vial for IV infusion. Item number 6 for 800 vials, Aztreonam 1 gram powder for injection. Item number 7, 1,000 capsules. Cephalexin monohydrate 500 milligrams. Item number 8 is for 2,100 capsules. Cefixime 200 milligrams. Item number 9 is 2,450 tablets. Ciprofloxacin hydrochloride 500 milligrams. Item number 10 is for 30 bottles. Clarithromycin 250 milligrams per 5 ml granules or powder for suspension in 50 ml volume. Item number 11 is 200 ampules clindamycin 150 milligrams. 2 ml ampules IMIV as a phosphate. Item number 12 for 20 bottles, clindamycin, 75 milligrams per 5 ml granule for suspension, 60 ml as palmitate hydrochloride. Item number 13, 3,600 capsules, clindamycin hydrochloride, 300 milligram capsules. Item number 14 is for 30 bottles, cloxacillin sodium 250 milligrams per 5 ml powder for solution, 60 ml suspension. Item number 15 is 900 capsules, doxycycline hyclate, 100 milligrams. Item 16 is for 1,000 tablets, ethambutol hydrochloride 400 milligrams. Item number 17 is 200 capsules, itraconazole 100 milligrams. Item 18 is for 50 pouches, linezolid 2 milligrams per ml, that is equivalent to 600 milligrams in 300 ml solution for IV infusion. Item number 19 is for 200 capsules, oseltamivir 75 milligrams. Item 20, 2,600 vials, penicillin G crystalline, benzyl penicillin, 1 million unit vials for IM or IV as sodium. Item 21 is for 6,900 vials, piperacillin 4 grams plus 500 milligrams tazobactam per vial as sodium salt, IV infusion. Item 22 is 75 bottles, pyrazinamide 250 milligrams per 5 ml suspension, 120 ml. Item 23 is for 100 tablets, rifampicin, 450 milligram capsule or tablet. Item number 24 is for 100 tablets, valganciclovir, 450 milligram tablet. Kindly see our terms of reference, not technical specifications.
Doctor, we have a question in Zoom.
Yes po.
Hi po, ma'am. From Zara Pharmaceuticals Corporation po, is there a minimum years of existence required in the market po sa medicines for PR number 2026-01-0064 and PR number 2026-01-0065? Thank you po.
May I ask the end user if you are requiring a minimum amount of years in service? Is this for the supplier po, ma'am?
Yes po.
Okay. So, end user? Basta as long as kompleto lang. So I think this should reflect in the requirements for our documentary, for our ano ganito? Eligibility criteria. So this might reflect on your SLCC and the documents that are required together as evidence for that po. Wala man 2 years. These 2 years. Oo, pero kung let's say last year lang, pero may SLCC na sila. So okay, at least. So meaning, okay. So this is tantamount to having at least a 2-year existence na po sa market kasi nasa requirement pala ng SLCC is that you should have submitted an SLCC of at least 2 years.
Sa Philippine market po ba ito, ma'am? Sorry, sa
Yeah,
Township
Philippine
also.
market po.
Okay, thank you po.
Okay, so we will be accepting at this point, please notice that any SLCC that might be of international origin as long as you have all the necessary documentary requirements to prove the evidence of this SLCC, regardless of whether it's within the Philippines or outside, may be acceptable po, sir.
Thank you po, ma'am.
We have another question from Strength Medical and Drug Supply. Good day. If ever po ba may concern kami sa specs, pwede po ba kami mag-email? Thank you. I will answer the question. Good morning. I am Attorney Faith Abuana. If you cannot raise your question today, you can still ask for clarification from the Bids and Awards Committee through a letter until 10 days before the opening of bids. That would be until February 9, 2026. Pwede pa po kayong mag-submit ng clarificatory questions to the Bids and Awards Committee. And we will answer these clarificatory questions through a bid bulletin, which we will be issuing on February 12, 2026. Thank you.
Kindly acknowledge if naintindihan po or na-answer po ba yung question. Okay. So this is also just a reminder for the TWG as mentioned earlier with regards to the SLCC that we will be allowing SLCCs submitted na hindi siya necessarily coming from Philippine market. As long as complete ang iyang evidences. Thank you very much. Any more questions, clarifications from the floor and online? If there are none, we will proceed to project number 11. This is PR 2026-1-0066 with a total ABC of 6,231,437 pesos and 50 centavos for anti-neoplastic and immunomodulating agents. So once again, this is under a framework agreement, but please do try to see the bid bulletin with regards to our items here as stated. So we have item number 1, 24,700 tablets, anastrozole 1 milligram. Item 2 is 200 vials asparaginase lyophilized powder, 10,000 IU vials for IV. Item 3 is 1,500 tablets, bicalutamide 50 milligrams. Item 4 is 300 pieces, bleomycin powder, 15 IU ampule or vial for IM or IV as sulfate. Item number 5 is for 25,000 tablets, capecitabine, 500 milligrams. Item number 6 is for 200 pieces, cytarabine, 100 milligram per ml solution for injection, 10 ml ampule or vial for IV. Item number 7 is for 300 pieces, cytarabine, 100 milligram per ml solution for injection, 5 ml ampule or vial for IV. Item number 8 is 100 vials, dactinomycin powder, 500 micrograms for IV. Item number 9 is for 500 vials doxorubicin hydrochloride, 2 milligrams per ml, 25 ml vial for IV. Item number 10 is for 900 ampules, etoposide, 20 milligram per ml, 5 ml ampule or vial. Item number 11 is for 75 prefilled syringes of goserelin, 3.6 milligrams. Item number 12 is 1,500 capsules, hydroxyurea, 500 milligrams. Item 13 is for 100 vials, rituximab, 100 milligram per ml, 50 ml vial. Item 14 is for 200 tablets, tacrolimus 1 milligram tablet. Please see our terms of reference for the following. For the following items, I just want it specified that there should be a safety data sheet that should contain 16 sections and updated within 5 years upon or during delivery. So if there are no changes for the SDS, a certification letter should accompany it to substantiate the claim. This is particularly for asparaginase lyophilized powder, bleomycin powder, cytarabine 100 milligram ml solution for injection, 10 ml, and the same for 5 ml preparation. Dactinomycin powder, doxorubicin hydrochloride, etoposide, goserelin, and rituximab. May I ask if there are questions coming from the floor and online for this project? If there are none, we will proceed to our project number 12, PR number 2026-1-0067 with a total ABC of 4,623,606 pesos and 15 centavos for nervous system drugs and medicines and nervous system analgesics under a framework agreement. Once again, please do try to check for an updated bid bulletin if this is still going to be given as a framework agreement or just an ordinary bidding item. So item number 1 would be for 300 tablets, aripiprazole 10 milligrams. Item 2 is 1,000 tablets, piperidine hydrochloride 2 milligrams. Item 3 is for 600 tablets, carbamazepine 200 milligrams. Item 4 is for 100 tablets, clozapine 25 milligram tablets. Item number 5 is for 5,000 capsules, gabapentin 100 milligrams. Item number 6 is 800 capsules, gabapentin 300 milligrams. Item 7 is for 2,700 vials, levetiracetam 500 milligrams per 5 ml or 100 milligrams per ml concentrate solution for IV in 5 ml vial. Item number 8 is for 2,000 ampules midazolam 5 milligram per ml, 1 ml ampule for IM or IV. Item number 9 is for 375 ampules midazolam 5 milligrams per ml, 3 ml ampule for IM or IV. Item number 10 is for 300 tablets. Morphine sulfate 10 milligrams. Item 11 is for 3,500 tablets. Olanzapine 10 milligrams. Item number 12 is for 1,000 tablets. Phenobarbital 60 milligrams. Item 13 is for 300 tablets. Phenobarbital 90 milligrams. Item number 14 is for 200 tablets. Pyridostigmine bromide 60 milligrams. Item number 15 is for 100 tablets. Quetiapine fumarate 20 milligrams. 200 milligrams. Item number 16 is for 1,200 tablets. Risperidone 2 milligrams. Item 17 is for 200 tablets. Sertraline hydrochloride 50 milligrams. Item 18 is for 9,100 tramadol hydrochloride 50 milligrams. Item 19 is for 1,500 ampules tramadol hydrochloride, 50 milligrams per ml, 1 ml ampule, IM, IV, or sub-Q. Item number 20 is for 20 bottles. Valproic acid, 250 milligrams per 5 ml syrup, 120 ml. Please see our attached terms of reference. Question from the floor, sir. Yes.
Regarding po because of the 3 milligrams per 5 ml, if we can consider form of packaging is in higher forms. Kasi dito is only ample.
May I ask the end user the reason for why we put ampule here? Pharmacy end user. Wala, di dyan nagapinamati.
Doc, good morning, Doc. Sorry, hindi ba yun nang iya ba voice kagi na pag-ask ya, Doc?
Okay, so please come over. Please come over the Riodica Hall. Yes, sa 3 ml ang ginapamangkot niya. Because it says precisely here na ampule siya. And if we do post-evaluation for this, we don't accept vial, di ba?
Oo. I-ask ka lang sa pharmacy, sir. Kay sila ang nagsulat. Kung nga ampule. Kay usually, sir, kung vial. Ampule, kin man na siya, sir, ang 3 ml mo.
Doc, excuse Doc. Ang PNF, Doc, is only ampule, Doc.
Oo, ampule lang siya, sir. Ti galing kay sa PNF kami, sir, ga-base sa ang na-approve lang bala sang Philippine Formulary. Oo, ampule lang siya nakasulat. So, ampule lang ginangamon nga mabaton. Oo. Kita nan ginabista sa Philippine Formulary kaya hindi ta na ma-reimburse ka PhilHealth if it's not included. Okay.
So thank you very much. Yeah, most of our description here, sir, usually it comes from the PNF, but hopefully they can be more inclusive with other suppliers in the future. Baka po pwede kayong mag-request sa kanila as long as binigyan naman kayo ng CPR ng FDA. If the contents and how it's going to be delivered is the same. But unfortunately po, PhilHealth is actually very strict kung malaman nila na pumasok yung hindi nasa PNF. So they do spot audits kasi once in a while, and we would like to be more careful with that also. Thank you.
Doctor, we have another question for this PR from Delex Pharma International Incorporated. Good morning, ma'am. Pwede po sa item number 8 makonsider ang midazolam 1 mg per ml, 5 ml ampule, IM/IV.
Doc, about that, Doc, sa item number 8, Doc, ang aton gid gina-request is 5 milligram per ml, 1 ml ampule because previously, Doc, you have already bid the 1 milligram per ml, 5 ml. So, mas stick ta, Doc, sa 5 milligrams per ml, 1 ml ampule.
Narinig po ba ng prospective bidder yung sagot?
Yes, Doc. Noted. Thank you, Doc.
So we already have previously bid this item, so hindi na kami magbibid ng 5. Pero meron po kaming requirement na ganon, kaya lang na-bid na po. So this will not come out in the current bidding cycle po. Any other questions? If there are none, I think we can already proceed to the next project. Project number 13 is PR number 2026-1-0068 with a total ABC of 3,209,944 for drugs and medicines for blood and blood-forming organs and insulin and its analogs under a framework agreement. Once again, please see a bid bulletin with regards to this project. For item number 1, 13,800 tablets, aspirin 80 milligrams. For item number 2, 2,000 vials, biphasic isophane 70% plus 30% human insulin soluble, recombinant DNA in 100 IU per ml, 10 ml. Item number 3 is 1,800 tablets, clopidogrel 75 milligrams. Item number 4 is 3,100 enoxaparin sodium 100 milligrams per ml, 0.4 ml pre-filled syringe. Item number 5 for 1,200 pieces enoxaparin sodium 100 milligrams per ml, 0.6 ml pre-filled syringe. So I think pharmacy, please take note. The unit of measure should be PFS for item number 5.
Yes, Doc, will issue bid bulletin, Doc.
Thank you. Item number 6 is 2,500 vials, heparin sodium unfractionated 1,000 IU per ml, 5 ml vial for IV infusion and SC of bovine origin. Item number 7 for 300 vials, heparin sodium unfractionated, 5,000 IU per ml, 5 ml vial, IV infusion SC for bovine origin. Any questions coming from the floor?
We have a question from Macro Pharma Corporation from Sir Romel. Good morning po from Macro Pharma po. Ask ko lang po sa item number 6 and 7 if i-accept po ang ovine origin instead of bovine origin po. Thank you.
As stated,
Pharmacy.
Doc, as stated in the PNF, bovine lang, Doc, ang pwede.
For the medicines. Okay. So if there are no other questions, we'll proceed to item project number 14, PR 2026-1-0069 with a total ABC of 2,354,099 pesos and 90 centavos for drugs and medicines for cardiovascular system, musculoskeletal system, respiratory system, and vitamin and mineral supplements under a framework agreement. Once again, please see our bid bulletin with regards to changes for this project. So we'll proceed. Item number 1, that's for 20 bottles of ascorbic acid or vitamin C, 100 milligrams per 5 ml syrup, 60 ml bottle. Item number 2, 2,100 tablets ascorbic acid, vitamin C, 500 milligrams. Item number 3, 34,100 tablets atorvastatin calcium, 40 milligrams. Item number 4, 1,000 ampules atropine sulfate, 1 milligram per ml, 1 ml ampule for IM, IV, or SC. Item number 5, 500 tablets azathioprine, 50 milligrams. Item number 6, 10,500 tablets baclofen, 10 milligrams. Item number 7, 100 pieces budesonide, 160 micrograms plus 4.5 micrograms formoterol, 60 doses DPI as fumarate dihydrate. Item number 8, 2,590 nebules of budesonide, 250 micrograms per ml, 2 ml as a unit dose for nebulization. Item number 9, 1,000 capsules, calcitriol, 0.25 micrograms. Item number 10, 2,100 tablets, carvedilol, 25 milligrams. Item 11, 10,000 tablets, carvedilol 6 dilol, 6.2 milligrams tablet. Item number 12, 200 capsules, celecoxib, 400 milligrams. Item number 13, 800 tablets, clonidine hydrochloride, 75 micrograms. Item number 14, 25 bottles, digoxin, 50 milligrams per ml, elixir, 60 ml. Item number 15, 300 tablets, enalapril maleate, 20 milligrams. Item number 16, 1,200 tablets, enalapril maleate, 5 milligrams. Item 17, 72,000 tablets. Ferrous salt, 60 milligrams, elemental iron, plus 400 micrograms folic acid per tablet or capsule or film-coated tablet. Item number 18, 24,800 tablets, ferrous salt tablet, equivalent to 60 milligrams elemental iron. Item number 19, 300 bottles, folic acid 2.5 milligrams per ml, 30 ml oral drops. Item number 20, 100 bottles, folic acid 5 milligrams per 5 ml, syrup 60 ml. Item number 21, 2,700 tablets, furosemide 20 milligrams. Item number 22, 1,400 tablets, furosemide 40 milligrams. Item number 23, 1,500 tablets, hydroxychloroquine sulfate 200 milligram tablet. Item number 24, 750 capsules, indacaterol maleate plus glycopyrronium bromide, 110 micrograms per 50 microgram powder for inhalation in hard capsule. Item 25, 2,600 tablets, losartan potassium 50 milligrams. Item 26, 20 tablets, 200 tablets, mecobalamin 500 micrograms. Item number 27, 500 tablets, naproxen sodium 500 milligrams as base, 550 milligrams tablet. Item 28, 20 ampules nitroglycerin, 1 milligram per ml, 10 ml ampule for IV use. Item number 29, 100 pieces oxymetazoline hydrochloride nasal spray. Pieces ni siya con bottles.
Pieces sa doc.
Okay. Thank you. 600 pieces rocuronium bromide 10 milligrams per ml, 5 ml ampule or vial for IV use. Item 31, 840 tablets sacubitril plus valsartan 50 milligrams tablet. Item number 32, 4,500 tablets spironolactone 25 milligrams. Item 33, 700 tablets telmisartan 80 milligrams. Item 34, 16,800 tablets trimetazidine hydrochloride 35 milligrams. Item 35, 300 tablets valsartan 80 milligrams. Item 36, 1,500 ampules vitamin B1 100 milligrams, B2 100 milligrams, B12 1 milligram per 3 ml ampule. I think that's the last item. Please see our terms of reference for that project. Any questions from the floor and online? Oh, di ba labot Botelya siya. Pan siya, plastic bottle siya. Pwede man lang siya. Pero wala siya binabutang nga bottle. Oo, man na siya. Balikanta lang siya after. If there are no questions, let's proceed to project number 15 with a total PR number 2026-1-0070 with a total ABC of 2,749,863 pesos and 10 centavos for contrast media, specific antidotes, and drugs and medicines for systemic hormonal preparations, excluding sex hormones and insulins. Item number 1, 10 pieces, carbetocin 100 micrograms per ml, 1 ml solution for injection, IV or IM, ampule or vial. Item number 2, 100 pre-filled syringes of gadobutrol 1.0 millimoles per ml solution, 5 ml PFS. Item number 3, 100 vials, methylprednisolone powder, 500 milligrams vial, 7.7 ml vial for IV, plus the diluent vial, IM, IV infusion as sodium succinate. Item number 4, 5,100 tablets, propyl thiouracil 50 milligrams. Item number 5, 300 vials, Sugamadex, 100 milligram per ml solution for injection IV, 2 ml vial. And item number 6, 400 ampules, vasopressin, 220 international units per ml. Please see our attached terms of reference. Any questions from the floor or online? If there are none, let's go to our last project for this bidding cycle. It's PR number 2026-1-0071. Still with a total ABC of 3,136,511 pesos for various drugs and medicines. Item number 1 is for 200 bottles of albumin human, 25%, 50 ml bottle for IV or IV infusion. Item number 2, 1,875 bottles calcium gluconate 10%, 20 ml bottle for IV use. Item number 3, 200 tablets calcium senosides 8.77 milligrams. Item number 4, 100 bottles cetirizine dihydrochloride 5 milligrams per 5 ml, 30 ml syrup. Item number 5, 500 tablets diferiprone 500 milligrams. Item 6, 2,200 tablets dexamethasone 4 milligrams. Item number 7, 1,100 ampules dexamethasone sodium phosphate 5 milligram per ml, 1 ml ampule for IM or IV use. Item number 8, 30 bottles domperidone 1 milligram per ml, 60 ml suspension. Item number 9, 10 ampules flumazenil 100 micrograms per ml, 5 ml ampule. Item number 10, 100 tablets glycoside MR 30 milligrams. Item 11, 175 bottles glucose plus amino acids plus electrolytes plus vitamin B 1 liter. Item number 12, 500 pieces hydroxyethyl starch 6% solution 500 ml bottle pouch for IV infusion. Item 13, 200 tablets hyoscine and butyl bromide 10 milligram tablet. Item number 14, 20 vials isophane insulin human recombinant DNA 100 IU per ml, 10 ml vial. Item number 15, 4,000 tablets, metformin hydrochloride, 500 milligram tablet or film-coated tablet. Item number 16, 600 ampules metoclopramide, 5 milligram per ml, 2 ml ampule for IM or IV as base and as hydrochloride. Item 17, 1,300 tablets metoclopramide hydrochloride 10 milligrams. Item 18, 2,300 capsules omeprazole 20 milligrams. Item number 19, 3,100 capsules omeprazole 40 milligrams. Item number 20, 2,100 ampules ondansetron 2 milligram per ml, 2 ml ampule for IM or IV. Item number 21, 200 tablets ondansetron hydrochloride dihydrate 8 milligrams. Item number 22, 2,500 tablets sevelamer carbonate 800 milligrams. Item 23, 1,100 tubes silver sulfadiazine 1% cream 25 grams. Item number 24, 1,850 pieces sodium chloride 2.5 milliequivalents per ml, 20 ml ampule or vial. Item number 25, 1,400 tablets sucralfate 1 gram. Item 26, 800 capsules ursodeoxycholic acid 250 milligrams. Item number 27, 300 bottles zinc sulfate monohydrate 27.5 milligrams per ml solution. I think that's it for this listing. Any questions coming from the floor or online? Please see the attached terms of reference. Okay, if there are no questions, can we go back to our project number 1? This is for PR 2025-8-1506 with a total ABC of 1,335,650 pesos for our basic surgical instruments. May we ask with regard to your listing here in your description, sir, ang mga Kelly forceps, item number 7, this is scissors, Mayo. And then during the pre-proc, it was said that we will be giving the technical specification as per alphabetical order. This was already given to you by your division head. It was not followed. The corrected one? Oo. Okay, so just make sure na ma-issue ang bid bulletin as per the technical specifications because it will be hard for the TWG to post-evaluate this if your tech specs are not in order and at the same time not complete. Scissors, bandage, dayon ang forceps, tissue with teeth. So we have also, sir, we have 2 terms of references. One for the packaging as well as another for the product delivery. May wala man tani ipailis, okay lang niya separate ang ila terms of reference. Lain yan sa packaging, lain man ang sa... May mga requirements sila like certificate of training, apa na. Do kinanglan pa ni training? Yung mga small nga project. Do you think kinanglan pa ni training ang aton nga orientation shall be scheduled in consultation with the end users availability? Yeah. So, we also need to make sure that we follow the turnaround time for post-evaluation. We cannot just base this on the end users availability. So there has to be compliance to the turnaround time being given to each. Hindi nyo ko pagpasaylo ha sa parkingan, subong ha. Hindi ko magalende. Actually, may parkingan sa sulod. Wala man ko nila dun. Sige lang, okay. Gintom okuros ang sakay ko kagina. Thank you, Gid. Para magtubo. Wala ka diyan. Abrigale? Windshield? Sige lang, 10 minutes, okay lang. Tudo-tudo ang ulan. Thank you, Gid.
They will be removing this part of the TOR doc and they will retain this part na lang daw doc.
May mga orientation.
They will issue a bid bulletin na lang ko no doc. Kaya actually, pinapamangkat sila kung di nila din upload or kay doc chat na file.
Okay. Sige. Sige, we will be issuing a lot of bid bulletins for this. So, I think we would like to inform all our prospective bidders that kindly check the PhilJEP's website once in a while, as we will be updating some of our terms of references as well as our project procurement type, no? So, hopefully, ma-check nyo para makita nyo kung pwede ka mo kasulod and you can actually bid for us. So, we would want a healthy supplier and procuring entity relationship with regards to this. So, any more questions connected to this pre-bidding conference coming from the floor and online?
Doctor, we have a question from Kelly Basagre from Troika Pharmaceuticals. Hi, ma'am. I would like to ask the following. If online submission is allowed for this bidding or manual submission only? Ma'am, as to this question, we have expressly provided in our invitation to bid that only manual submissions of bids will be accepted during this bidding project. Ang second question po is color coding of envelopes for PR 2026-01-0067 and PR number 2026-01-0064. The same as of last year for projects under supply chain management this year. The color of the envelope shall be blue, and for capital assets management, that is IPB 02-2026 and PB 03-2026, it will be yellow. Again, for PB 04, these are the projects discussed this morning. The color of the envelopes will be blue. Next, last question. In SLCC, if 50% is required, our aggregate 20 to 25% of the contract is allowed po. Ma'am, as to this question, it is expressly provided in our bid documents that the bidders has an option. Now, the requirement under RA 12009 is that the bidder should present an SLCC of at least 50% of the ABC. But if the bidders projects do not reach the 50% threshold, there is an option for the bidder to present multiple projects or aggregate projects, so long as one of these projects is at least 25% of the ABC and all of the projects presented reach 50% of the ABC. And all these projects should be the same ng project po sa SLCC na ni-require natin in the bid documents. So, ibig sabihin po, pwede pong one single project na equivalent to 50% of the ABC or aggregate projects amounting to 50% so long as one of those is at least 25% of the ABC. Yun lang po. Are there any more questions po regarding this? We have another question from Delex Pharma International Incorporated. Ang 50% of SLCC po ba is based sa total ng items na intended to bid namin? Ma'am, as discussed po earlier last year, ang SLCC po natin is based on the project, not on the line items that you are going to bid. Again, ang SLCC po natin is based on the whole project, not on the line items you are intending to bid. We have another question from Troika Pharmaceuticals. For bid opening po, pwede po ba online attendance or kailangan po ba may representative po face-to-face? We encourage that you send your representative face-to-face during the opening of bids because there might be questions or clarifications from the Bids and Awards Committee during such time. Pero hindi naman po siya required na present kayo during the opening of bids. If you prefer to view it online because we are available via Zoom, you may do so. But we encourage that you send your representatives in case our Bids and Awards Committee have clarificatory questions on that day. Another question from Jessa Asong from Gets Bros Philippine Incorporated. Hi ma'am, ask ko lang po. Kami, is not notarized bid securing declaration sufficient as bid security, or do we need to submit other form of bid security? What will be the performance security once we receive NOAA? Cash bond or security bond? Ma'am Jessa, these questions can be answered by the bid documents po. It is specifically provided na kailangan po notarized yung bid securing declaration natin. If you cannot provide for a notarized bid securing declaration, there are other options na pwede pong gamitin as bid security. As to the performance security po, it is provided din po in our bid documents. You can just go over the bid documents or send us a clarificatory question through writing po para hindi na po natin siya isa-isahin today. We have another question from PhilCare Pharma Incorporated. Hi ma'am, anong color po? Color coding sa envelope. Thank you po. This was already discussed earlier. For PB04 2026, kulay blue po yung envelopes natin. That is for supply chain management. Ito po yung diniscuss natin this morning. Kulay blue po. Ang sa afternoon po, for infrastructure and equipment projects, that's for IPV02 2026 and PB03 2026, kulay yellow po. Next, from 2MG Incorporated. So, sa ongoing po, may attachment po ba? And also sa price schedule po, anong gagamitin na form? Abroad po ba or Philippine price schedule? Sa ongoing po, there is a specific requirement of documents to substantiate your ongoing projects. Specific po yun sa statement of ongoing projects natin na form. You can just check your bidding documents. Naka-attach naman po doon lahat ng bid forms na gagamitin nyo. Also, as to the price schedule po, depende po sa inyo kung ino-offer nyo po is from Philippines or from abroad. From Delex Pharma International Incorporated, ang sequence po ba ng checklist requirements is based na po sa new RA po? Yes po, our checklist is now based on the new Republic Act, RA 12009, otherwise known as the new Government Procurement Act. Are there any more questions pa po?
So if there are none, we will be once again reviewing all the technical eligibility and financial requirements according to Section 52 of the 2025 Implementing Rules and Regulations of RA 12009. So our references would be the 6th edition Philippine bidding documents as provided by the Government Procurement Policy Board or the GPPB, our 2025 Implementing Rules and Regulations of RA 12009, our Government Procurement Manual, the new Civil Code of the Philippines RA 386, circulars, guidelines, resolutions, policy and non-policy opinion of the Government Procurement Policy Board. Next slide. So there are two types of documents under Section 54.2 of the 2025 IRR of RA 12009. The first is your Class A documents, which will contain your legal documents, technical documents, and financial documents. Class B documents. So for Class A documents, the legal documents are your registration certificate from SEC, the Department of Trade and Industry, for sole proprietorship, or CDA for cooperatives. Number 2, your mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or areas. Number 3, your tax clearance is per Executive Order 398, Series of 2005, as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue, and your valid PhilJEPS registration, Platinum membership that should contain all pages. For your technical documents naman, you have a statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. And this is statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, or your SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents. All of the above statements shall include all information required in the public bidding documents prescribed by the GPPB. Technical document number 3. In the case of procurement of infrastructure projects, a valid Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board or PCAB license or special PCAB license in case of joint ventures, and registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. Other Class A documents for technical documents. Number 4, original copy of your bid security. If in the form of a surety bond, submit a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or the original copy of the notarized bid securing declaration. Number 5, conformity with the technical specification, which may include production, delivery, schedule, manpower requirements, and/or after sales or parts if applicable, and Number 6, duly acquired signed omnibus sworn statement. And if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the omnibus sworn statement and do acts to represent the bidder. For our Class A financial documents, number 1, the prospective bidder's audited financial statement showing, among others, the prospective bidder's total and current assets and liabilities, stamped, received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institution for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. And number 2, the prospective bidder's computation of the net financial contracting capacity or a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank in lieu of its NFCC computation. Let's proceed to our Class B documents. Class B documents should be for goods, a valid joint venture agreement or a JVA in case the joint venture is already in existence. In the absence of a JVA, duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners should be included in the bid, stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful. Failure to enter into a joint venture in the event of a contract award shall be a ground for the forfeiture of the bid security.
Okay, so to continue, the bidding envelope shall contain the following. First is for the eligibility and technical component as discussed earlier. For the Class A documents, this should include legal documents, technical documents, and financial documents. And for the Class B documents, this should include a duly signed joint venture agreement if applicable. And financial component, please take note to use up to 2 decimal points for bid price offer. For the prescribed computation of the net financial contracting capacity or the NFCC, the NFCC is equal to the current assets less current liabilities multiplied by the K factor minus the outstanding uncompleted portions under ongoing contracts plus contracts awarded but not yet started. For the K factor, the constant NFCC's K factor is set at 15 regardless of the contract duration. For goods and infrastructure projects, the NFCC's K factor shall be fixed at 15 regardless of contract duration. The values of the domestic bidder's current assets and current liabilities shall be based on the latest audited financial statements submitted to the BIR. For purposes of computing the foreign bidder's NFCC, the value of the current assets and current liabilities shall be based on their audited financial statements prepared in accordance with international financial reporting standards. Negative net financial contracting capacity or NFCC will be a ground for ineligibility unless bid document is supported with a credit line certificate or the CLC. For the opening and evaluation of bids, under Section 58.1, the BAC shall open the bids immediately after the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. The time, date, and place of the opening of bids shall be specified in the bidding documents. The manner of opening of the bids for goods and infrastructure projects shall depend on the award criterion to be adopted as follows. First, for lowest calculated responsive bid, the BAC shall open the technical and financial proposals on the same day. And for the MIARB or MARB, Only the technical proposal shall be opened while the financial proposal shall remain unopened and be secured by the back until the specified time of their opening as indicated in the bidding documents. Only the financial proposals of the bidders who have met the minimum technical score for MIARB or the highest technical score for MARB shall be opened. Original copy of bid form shall be typed or written in ink and shall be signed by the bidder or its duly authorized representative. Unsealed or unmarked bid envelopes shall be rejected. The BAC shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of the contents of the improperly sealed marked bid or for its premature opening. Again, we would like to reiterate that only manual submission on the day of the opening of bids shall be accepted. Each bidder shall submit one original copy and one copy of the original. For the modification and withdrawal of bids, please refer to Section 55 of the 2025 Implementing Rules and Regulations of RA 12009. For the bid data sheet, please refer to your bidding documents. And for the forms prescribed, these are all attached in the bidding documents. For the checklist of goods, the prescribed documents in the checklist are mandatory to be submitted in the bid, but shall be subject to any subsequent GPPB issuances, adjusting the documentary requirements after the effectivity of the adoption of the Philippine bidding documents. The BAC shall be checking the submitted documents of each bidder against this checklist to ascertain if they are all present using non-discretionary pass or fail criterion pursuant to Section 59 of the 2025 IRR of RA 12009. Under Section 52.6 of the same IRR, it provides that the procuring entity can reassess a bidder's qualifications at any stage of the procurement process if there are reasonable grounds to believe that misrepresentation has been made by the said bidder or if there has been a change in the bidder's capability to undertake the project from the time it submitted its eligibility requirements. If any false information or changes affecting eligibility are found, the bidder shall be disqualified from obtaining an award or implementing the contract as the case may be, subject to the applicable rules under this IRR. In the statement of compliance with the technical specifications, the bidder must state either comply or not comply in the technical specification against each of the individual parameters of each specification, stating the corresponding performance parameter of the equipment or bid offered. Statements of comply or not comply must be supported by evidence in a bidder's bid and cross-referenced to that evidence. Okay, so this is the checklist for the technical and financial documents as discussed earlier. The legal, the technical, and the financial documents. Okay, for the infrastructure, this will be discussed later. Important notice, absence of any of the required and mandatory forms in the checklist of technical and financial documents will cause the bidder to automatically be declared ineligible during the preliminary evaluation of bids. Procuring entity requires the submission of the following documents at the time of the opening of bids for ease of verification and validation. Number one is the registration certificate from the SEC, Department of Trade and Industry in case of sole proprietorship, or CDA for cooperatives. A valid mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or areas. And tax clearance per Executive Order 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Failure to submit the same at the time of the opening of bids would result to the bidder's automatic disqualification. Documents as required by the procuring entity to substantiate statement of single largest completed contract and statement of ongoing contracts are required to be submitted at the time of the opening of bids. Failure to attach the required evidences shall be a ground for disqualification. Bidders are prohibited to contact any of the members of the technical working group, back secretariat, or the back to contest the result of post-qualification. This is based on the no contact rule, except through motion for reconsideration or protest mechanism. Delay or cancellation of delivery will cause the supplier or contractor liable for liquidated damages under Section 68. However, frequent 2 or more times in 1 year delay or cancellation will cause the supplier or contractor liable for both Section 68 and Section 69 of the 2016 Revised Implementing Rules and Regulation of RA 9184, which was already repealed with RA 12009. Suppliers or contractors will automatically be in delay for failure to deliver within the agreed date without the need for demand, except for approved extension based on meritorious grounds. The procuring entity will strictly impose Section 671, which is liquidated damages, and Section 92 administrative sanctions of the 2025 Implementing Rules and Regulations of RA 12009 for delayed deliveries or unsatisfactory performance. This is to reiterate again that alternative bids shall be rejected. Bid security that are posted using cash, cashier's check, or manager's check should be returned to the bidders after 3 months processing from the Bureau of Treasury. Any notice, request, purchase order, contract shall be deemed to have given or made when received by the concerned party either in person or through an authorized representative of the party to whom the communication is addressed, or when sent by registered mail, telex, text messages, through phone, email, or facsimile to such party, which shall be effective when delivered and duly received or on the notice effective date. The bidder is understood to have consented and agree with all the requirements stipulated in the bidding documents and the pre-bidding slides and discussions upon joining the public bidding. Okay, so as shown on the screen, this will be the proper sealing and marking of the bid envelopes. So first is we have the original, which contains the eligibility and technical and the financial envelope to be enclosed in one original envelope. Same as with the copy 1. So copy 1 for eligibility and technical and copy 1 for financial envelope and will be enclosed in one copy 1 envelope. And the original and copy 1 will be enclosed in one mother envelope. Okay. So bidders only needs to submit 2 bidding documents. That is the original and the copy 1 of the original. As discussed earlier, this will be the color coding. So for the goods and services, which is PB04 2026, the color will be blue. And for equipment and infrastructure, which will be discussed later this afternoon, the color will be yellow. So the content and name of the contract to be bid in capital letters. And the envelope shall bear the name and address of the bidder in capital letters and the address, and it should be addressed to the procuring entity's bids and awards committee. It should also bear the specific identification of this bidding process and should bear warning, do not open before the date and time for the opening of bids. If all envelopes are not sealed and marked as required, the procuring entity will assume no responsibility for the misplacement or premature opening of the bid. For the post-qualification, okay, so within 5 calendar days from receipt of the notice from the back that the bidder has the lowest calculated bid, the bidder shall submit the following documentary requirements to the Bids and Awards Committee. Kindly take note that we will only accept manual submission. First is the latest income and business tax returns filed and paid through the BIR electronic filing and payment system or the EFPS. Second, VAT returns Form 2550 for the monthly and 2550Q for the quarterly, or percentage tax returns 2551M with proof of payment covering the last 6 months. Number 3, other appropriate licenses and permits required by law, which is also under the PhilJEPS registration, and other documents required in the bidding documents and as requested by the technical working group, such as but not limited to the following. Letter A, license to operate as applicable. Letter B, certificate of product registration or the CPR, or certificate of medical device notification or the CMDN, or certificate of medical device registration CMDR as applicable or pending application with proof of payment and doc track number pursuant to FDA Circular number 2024-003. Letter C, certificate of distributorship, dealership, if bidder's name is not included in the certificate of product registration, certificate of medical certification, or certificate of medical device registration. Kindly take note that the bidder must also include therein the contact number and email address of company named in the CPR, CMDN, or CMDR for ease of verification. Letter D, after sale certificate or warranty certificate, which is applicable to all hospital projects. For the certificate of authorized distributorship, again, bidders must provide in their bidding documents the official contact number and email address of the manufacturer who issued the certificate of authorized distributorship for ease of verification. All requirements of the bidding documents and all bidder statements of comply or not comply must be supported by evidence in a bidder's bid and cross-reference to that evidence. Evidence shall be in the form of manufacturer's unamended sales literature, unconditional statements of specification and compliance issued by the manufacturer, samples, independent test data, etc. as appropriate. A statement that is not supported by evidence or is subsequently found to be contradicted by the evidence presented will render the bid under evaluation liable for rejection or post-disqualification. Number 3, all contracts, omnibus sworn statements shall be duly notarized. Any defect in the notarization or absence thereof shall be a ground for post-disqualification. And post-qualification documents submitted via email will not be accepted and will be considered as non-submission, again, because we will only accept manual submission. Okay, for the product samples, suppliers, manufacturers, distributors shall present samples during the post-qualification process upon the request of the technical working group without cost to the procuring entity. So failure to comply will be a ground for disqualification. As to the number of samples, first is for the prices below 200 pesos per piece, we require 5 pieces as free samples. For prices above 200 up to 400 pesos per piece, we require 4 pieces as free samples. And for prices above 500 pesos per piece, we require 2 pieces as free samples. Okay, for the delivery period, for goods, 20 calendar days or as indicated in the terms of reference or technical specifications. It may only be extended up to another 20 calendar days if no contrary specifications are stipulated and only upon approved request of extension based on meritorious grounds. For the equipment, which will be discussed later, the delivery period is 60 calendar days and may only be extended if no contrary specifications are stipulated and only upon approved request of extension based on meritorious grounds. Okay, so that's all. Do we have any questions from the floor and from the Zoom?
We have one question, ma'am, from Sir Julius from Triomed. Good morning. May I ask po if magre-require ba ng sample for the items to bid during the bidding day. As discussed earlier po, the samples will be requested during the post-qualification process, and it is only after the technical working group deemed it necessary to request for a sample for post-evaluation po. So during post-qua na po tayo manghihingi ng samples from the bidders. The bidders are not required to bring samples during the opening of the bids. Next, from Metro Drug Incorporated, all attachment of NOAA po ba sa ongoing or 10 largest contracts lang po? I would like to refer the question to the Bids and Awards Committee. As previously, previous bidding activities, we accepted 10 largest contracts in their ongoing contracts. Ang attachment po na ni-require natin, previous biddings are only for the 10 largest contracts in their ongoing contracts. So the bidder is asking if they will be attaching all NOAA for their ongoing contracts lang po. For their ongoing contracts, Doctor.
If you want to use it as part of your SLCC, then you make sure that all the necessary documents are attached po.
For ongoing. So, ano gusto ta? Top 10 lang to. Kaya gina-base naman na siya dito sa
Kaya kung isama na sa ilang. Okay, so we might depende. Sige, we will be issuing a bid bulletin on what specific documents we will be requiring from you with regards to this so that it will be clearer. Ang importante lang po that if you're going to use projects that might comprise as a component of your single largest completed contract, dapat nandoon po lahat ng attachments po. With regards to ongoing naman po, kasi you might be having like hundreds of ongoing contracts. So parang hindi naman yata feasible. So it's actually just a list of ongoing contracts naman yung nire-require. But just to make sure, kindly follow lang po yung updated bid bulletin with regards to this po. Now, this is not only for that entity who question, dapat sa lahat po ng prospective bidders natin.
Thank you, Doctor. We have a raised hand in Zoom from Mr. Mark Armenio of Alheron Medical Enterprises. Mr. Mark, you are acknowledged, sir.
Good morning po. This is Mark po from Algeron. Ma'am, i-clarify ko lang po, or itanong ko lang po kung i-discuss rin po ba yung bidding documents for equipment later sa afternoon po? Or technical na lang po ang i-discuss?
Yung dito po ngayon, we'll be discussing yung mga questions na pwede naming i-answer is for projects concerning goods and services. Mamayang hapon
Yes
pa
po.
po yung equipment and infra po.
Okay. Sige po. Thank you po. Yun lang naman po.
Thank you
Thank you.
po. Are there any more questions po from Zoom or on the floor?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Also, I'm Kenneth Troy Gallo from Injure Medical. Doc, we asked only for the reconsiderations regarding for the eligibility, the technical, legal documents, Doc, in behalf of the mayor's permit and SEC registrations, if we can only attach the field chief's registrations, Because in the PhilJobs registrations, nandoon naman lahat, Doc, yung mga references for the licenses.
Since we need to validate po yung mga references, we are humbly asking for it to be present na po during submission of bid documents because yung nilalagay kasi ng PhilJobs, although it actually comes from your documents, kailangan pa rin i-validate ng aming mga TWG. So we're very strict on those requirements. Kung ano po yung attached requirements na kasama na nasa PhilJobs po, we do hope that you can also submit it. Kasi parang naging eligibility criteria siya when it comes to post-qualification po.
Doc, thank you so much.
Yes, po. In connection with this, we understand that our bidders are currently processing the renewal of their business and licenses for 2026. In this case, if currently your mayor's permit or business permit is expired, please take note that you may attach your expired mayor's or business permit, but you must also attach in the bid documents any proof that you are processing the renewal of the same. For example, we require a document tracking number or an official receipt for the renewal of the same.
Don't be shy to ask questions po so that para clear po before we end this pre-bid conference.
So we have one more question, Doc, from 2MG Incorporated. Clarify ko lang po, 1 original copy and 2 copy of the original, tama po ba? From 2MG Incorporated, mali po ma'am. As discussed earlier, you are required to submit only 2, 1 original and 1 copy of the original of your bid documents. And we have another question from Delex Pharma International Incorporated. For tax clearance, pwede din po ba proof of renewal if expired? Yes po, it is applicable to all the requirements. Since we understand it is 2026 and the year is just starting and most of our prospective bidders are renewing their licenses and permits. If your license or permit expired in 2025, you may still attach the same with proof of renewal po tayo. We have one more question from Macro Pharma Corporation from Sir Romel. Ma'am, paano po kapag 6 lang po ang ongoing contracts namin? Acceptable po ba yun? Yes, sir. Acceptable po if 6 yung ongoing contracts nyo. That means i-declare nyo po lahat because all our bidders are required to declare all their ongoing contracts in the form that we require. And yung tinatanong po kasi kanina is as to the requirement of attachments of those the NOAs and other attachment of the ongoing contracts. Pero kung 1, 2, 3, 4 lang po ang ongoing contracts nyo, it's okay so long as you declare all your ongoing contracts. Do we have any more questions? If wala po, we would like to reiterate that submission of your mayor's permit and other documents in your PhilJobs registration is required during the opening of bids. Although it is not an eligibility requirement, during the opening of bids, it is expressly required by the procuring entity in accordance to RA 12009. We are permitted to request additional documentary requirements from our bidders. So non-submission of these documents will be an automatic will be a ground for automatic disqualification of the bidder at the opening of the bids po. And also, it has been palagi pong may napopost disqualify sa amin for yung statement of compliance po natin should be in every parameter of your technical specification. Marami na po kasing na-post disqualify because of this. Please take note that your statement of compliance should be to every parameter of your technical specification and terms of reference. Also, this statement of compliance must be substantiated with your evidence to this statement of compliance. Ibig sabihin po, for example, you stated that you've complied with the technical specification that you're offering this 25-inch per se na monitor. This must be cross-referenced to any evidence you offer. For example, you offered us an unamended brochure. It should be seen in your brochure that this claim for compliance is substantiated by that brochure.
So please avoid po putting comply and bracket. So for all the items na nasa line po, please state comply. Kasi yung nasa bracket, although it might state that you have complied to all, kailangan po naming explicitly per line po kayo nagsistate ng comply, ng word na comply.
Also, we would like to remind our bidders that we have new standard forms included in our bid documents. Please double check your bid documents as there are new standard forms in accordance to RA 12009. For example, bago po ang ating Omnibus Sworn Statement na form. So please comply and submit your bids in the new form, because submission of an old form is actually, there is substantial compliance, but there are some provisions. For example, in our old Omnibus Sworn Statements, there are 4 provisions in the new Omnibus Sworn Statement that are not found in the old Omnibus Sworn Statement, and this is a ground for post disqualification. So again, may we remind everyone to please be vigilant in checking your bid documents. There are new standard forms attached at the end part of the bid documents, and please use these forms in preparing your bids. Isa lang po. You can choose any one of those specified in the bid documents. Also, if hindi pa po kayo sure if may tanong kayo or hindi, you can always send us clarificatory letters on or before February 9. Yes, you can send us clarificatory letters on or before February 9, 2026. That is at least 10 calendar days before the opening of our bids, as the opening of our bids for these projects is on February 19, 2026. We will be issuing a bid bulletin to answer your clarificatory questions and to reflect the changes as discussed here in the pre-bidding conference on February 12, 2026.
If there are no more questions from the floor and online, I would like to declare this pre-bid conference as adjourned. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you during the public bidding po. Maraming salamat for being here.
Thank you po.
So,
Thank you,
thank
Doc.
you. May
Thank you,
I
Doc.
ask
Thank you po.
thank you very much. May I ask the back members and the TWG members to please stay behind before lunch. We will have a short meeting with regards to our hospital information system. Sinong ma-present? Attorney, sinong ma-present? Okay. So, pwede ta na guro ma-off aton Zoom.